So after knight h4, Vidit did not want to preserve his bishop. He went bg6, knight takes g6, hg6. Okay, Magnus says, "Bhai, अब मेरे पास है bishop." Vidit says, "भाई मेरे पास है दो knight." पर मैग्नस कहता है, बट तुम नाइट डेवलप कैसे करोगे? बिकॉज इफ यू डेवलप योर नाइट यू विल लूज द पॉन. सो विदित इज लाइक, आई विल प्ले a5 and then play knight a6 so that if you take, I will take with my rook. a3, knight a6 by Vidit, rook f e1 by Magnus. Maybe somewhere Magnus is looking for e4, but not really. He's waiting. And Vidit goes queen d6. I'm a bit surprised with this move. Think Vidit has played this in a way where it is right up Magnus's style. You know, Rook D1. This is definitely chance for Vidit. Push. Let's push. Because see, if he had taken here, and Rook D1, Rook D2, Knight E2, Knight F4, put pressure here. Yes, Queen A4. Okay. A5 is hanging. How do you save A5? Let's go. Queen B6. Putting pressure here, defending a5. So Vidit now makes not the best move. He goes queen c6. And this is where Magnus has his opportunity. Because after e4, here, very powerful move, de. Now if d5, there is queen b6 check, but fe, it seems like you are losing a pawn after knight e4. But there is a very, very strong move here for white. What is it? Oh my god, did Magnus really play it? Well, Magnus, bhai, pranam. Pranam. By the way, Vidit now 7 minutes down, but you know, if Vidit and Vidit actually finds the best move here, queen c5 check, queen d4, and after take, you know, there were many pitfalls, but Vidit sort of tiptoed around it and has reached the right decision. So that is very good. As with it, let's think. I think I would take with the pawn. Why should I take with the rook? Because rook takes, rook e, fe, and king f2, king e3. So I would rather take with pawn. Yes. And if you take here, I will take here, you will take here, I will take here, you will take here. Now, okay, with the pawn up. Okay, take. Why is this a draw? Guys, I'll just want to tell you that it is a draw because even though black's pawns are sort of mangled up, they are all doubled, white is not able to create passed pawns. And if you want to create passed pawns, you will have to push your pawns, which will then result in trades. And if you have to play passively like this, then I can bring my king up and eventually you won't be able to create much play. Guys, learn from Magnus one thing. In the endgame, you can defend. But Magnus is like, I'll always be active. Rook e5, rook b2, rook a5. Rook b6, making Vidit defend. Vidit wants to cut the king off. Because firstly, what is happening is that these pawns are fixed up, first of all. Secondly, the king is very active. And here maybe Vidit had to play king f6 and stay here. But what he might not have liked is rook king coming here. Then he had to play this sort of accurate variation with him taking here and then Vidit having to take here and this race and all. And Vidit is like, bhai, race mein nahi padna hai Magnus ke saath. Let me play king d7. And then if you play here king d4, I will go rook f6. But in doing all of this, white definitely has a pull here. For sure. So, Magnus Carlsen now converting this. King d4, rook g4, and Vidit had to go backwards because he's threatening here. But Vidit went rook f6. Magnus went in with his king c5, and now it's over. भाई मैग्नस कार्लसन क्या ही बंदा है यार. Rook f4, what a move. If you take, then these two pawns fall and you make a queen. So you see the speed at which white pawns will move here are too high and this will queen. So that's the reason why Vidit cannot take that rook. But if he doesn't take the rook, he must make way for it and the rook enters here and then he takes these two pawns. Rook d6 played, rook f7 on the board, and you can see Vidit is visibly upset because from an equal endgame, he has now gone into a lost endgame. He's shaking his head, and Magnus Carlsen once again showing why he is the god of endgame, guys. The ultimate god. What a game! Visibly upset because he was so close to a draw. Clearly, that was a drawn position, that rook endgame. But somehow Magnus moved here and there. He moved his king here. You don't even understand how he does it. Rook g8. Now the king will come here. He will then later on just stop the pawn from here.